Oh, hello. Welcome to another episode of Just Like the Simulations, our regular-ish, weekly-ish simulated battle report. I'm here once again with my regular opponent, Oro, and I am playing the separatist half of the Premier list that I'm taking to Rogue 4 in Swindon on Saturday. Purely because I need a little bit more practice with it. I think I have fully practiced up on my Cassian and PLC list. So, just for anyone that hasn't been following, this is Dooku Box with Asajj Ventress leading Nossery and the Aquadroids. This is not my original invention. I saw this on an episode of Omnis Protocol. I cannot remember the name of the guest that was on, whose list it actually was, but you can check that out, I'm sure. But I really like it. It works really well. It has two sources of diceless displacer, which is quite fun. And the Aquadroids and Nossery lending their dice to Asajj Ventress really pushes her over into a point where she becomes quite dangerous. So yeah, let's see how it goes. Over to you, Otto.
Hello, my name is Russell Roberts and I play bad guys. These bad guys will be reasonably familiar to long-time watchers of the channel. This is my current sort of A-team Premier list. Again, like with Mr. TI, this one is not original to me. This is the list that Christopher Sampson won LVO with, and I think it's probably the best list you can pull currently out of Empire, and as I am committed to the Empire with my heart and my soul, it's what I'm currently running as my sort of 18 for Premier. It is Darth Vader Jedi Hunter, the Death Trooper Escort, and the ISB agents, opposite Iden's box as it comes, not including Del Nico, but using the ISF instead.
Ah. And I should just say, we have deployed and won the roll-off. Oro won the roll-off and selected his mission, which is Never Tell Me the Odds. So it is Oro to flip over the Struggle 1 card and then to begin the first activation.
Okay, and it is both of your back points with my centre back point, my left hand side, and it is on the far right is the centre line point.
And it is secondary units challenging the odds.
Okay, I am flipping and I am very much hoping for something from the right hand side squad. And it is the ISF, which will do me just fine. I activate the ISF, and I will start with a move action. This second ISF is just going to pop himself as squarely as possible on the objective. Going to just check a few ranges before deciding whether I would like to spend a force in order to use their covert operations. I think I probably will manage to get within 4 of the Aquadroids if I dash, so I will dash.
Magna Guard.
The Magna Guard. Even. Did I say Aquadroids? Did I say Magna Droids? What did I say?
I said Aquadroid. It's fine.
Okay. And checking if I have successfully got within 4. I misjudged it. I am not within 4.
Oof.
So I do not become focused and I do not become sharpshooter. But I am now in range to take a cheap little pot shot at them at the start of the game. So I'm happy to do that. I choose not to move the other half with dash. And I recognize that he's not going to have any target for his attack action. So just from the one half of them, I have 4 hits and a crit.
I have, after expertise, 4 blocks.
So just applying that 1 crit to do you 2 damage.
2 damage. Very good.
At the end of my turn, I assume control of the far right point. I assume control of my back left point, and I assume control of my back center point.
And I assume control of my 2 home points.
Over to you.
Over to me. I will draw. The Magna Guard. They've just been wronged. Very well.
Sorry, I'll clear away my tools at the end of my turn.
Oh. This fuel tank is going to cause me grief. Yeah. In an annoying position where I likely will get in to attack you, but not shove you in a useful direction. I can't get over here. So I think I'm going to reserve the Magnas. Because Dooku or Django could, I think, solve the problem of that ISB. And, of course, anyone over here has a decent thrust at doing other things. I don't think the Magnas are necessarily it. Although, actually saying that, nothing over here is particularly active, is it? So, do I have a chance of killing the ISB? 8 health, decent defx. I do get a lot of shoves. Nah, I'll go with the Magnus. I'll move this awkward one first. He's going to have to go there. Which is in range for an attack, right? Which is good. Of course, the age-old problem with Magnus, for anyone not familiar, is that they just don't, you know, they move and they attack, and that's their lot in life. They do other things outside of their activation. Right. Well, I guess we're going to do some beating. I'm also going to have more problems because any significant shove action is going to take you out of range of the other Magna Guard. It's always a worry. All right. I'm going to attack first then with this rear Magna Guard, and we'll see where we land. This is a melee, yep.
Yep. I have 2 blocks.
2 blocks, okay. I have 3 crits and a hit. So I will do 5 damage, 2 shoves that I will elect not to take, and a repo. And I will repo myself around onto the point.
Right, so.
And then I will attack you with the other Magna Guard.
Oh dear, just 1 block this time.
Aha, I have 2 hits and 2 expertise, so that's 2 hits and a crit. So that's only 2 down my tree. But that is 3 damage and 2 shoves.
The 3 damage will wound me. You may do
Splendid.
as you like with the shoves.
So this guy is going to take the shoves. Which, as I suspected, is not desperately useful for clearing off the objective, but you are dead. But I am going to follow the shoves up, which should get me a second body on the objective. Yep. We'll call that a successful turn. I will claim this objective. No. Yeah. And I will score my 3. And I will add a momentum for wounding. Over to you, sir.
Okie dokie. Right, let's flip. It is Darth Vader, Jedi Hunter. I think I shall reserve him.
Well,
Flipping again. It is Gideon Hask. Iden's squad is going to do the thing they sometimes do of running up the field away from her before she has a chance to move them round.
yeah. It's the old Iden and boss problem. Very funny to me, as an aside, that we have 2 boxes based on video games with the word squad in their title that have functionally the same mechanic, but
I'm going to Gideon Hask is going to make an advance. He ends within an inch of this ladder and places himself within an inch of this ladder.
yeah.
He is then going to use covert operations to dash. And lands. He is within 4 of an enemy.
Yep.
So becomes focus and sharpshooter. He's not going to use the sharpshooter, but he is going to use the focus. He's then going to further take 2 damage to use your hatred makes you powerful. And I will be attacking the Magna Guard in melee with 10 dice. Well, I have 2 hits and 6 expertise.
Uh-huh.
So what I have is 2 hits, 2 crits, and a block to a miss.
Well, I have 3 blocks. One goes to a miss, 2 blocks cancels your hits. So take your crits. What was it? 2 crits, 3 crits?
2 crits.
Take your 2 crits.
Okay, my choices are 4 damage or 2 shoves and 2 damage. 4 damage won't kill you, but if I can only shove one of you, and getting one of you off the objective, you will still retain the objective. So I'm not flipping this objective this turn. Given I'm not flipping this objective this turn, I would rather do you 4 damage than displace you.
Very good. That's appalling dice, Oro. That really should be your point.
And it does. There are characters where 6 expertise would really mess you up. Where there are some great expertise tables that go very high. Has a good expertise table, but it doesn't go that high. Like if you get 3 expertise, you're extremely happy. But 6 expertise is just far too many.
Yeah.
These things happen. I score 2, and I get a momentum for failing to bring it back into my half. So I have a consolation prize. It's not bad.
No. It's still everything to play for. Right. My second roll Nossery. Now, almost always goes in reserve. Let me just have a quick scan of the board before I autopilot into that choice. He can do a dash to anyone. He can do a full move currently to the Magna Guard. No, reposition it will be. And then he can wobble about and do stuff. It is kind of useful him being on the board, but then he is shootable. So I'm going to reserve him for a force. And I am going to draw one card, please. One card, please. Come on, there we go. Aquadroids. Now, this is interesting. So, Aquadroids have an ability called Submerge. When you reveal this unit's order card, if another allied aquatic unit's order card is in reserve, this unit may use this ability. Put the order card in reserve on the top or bottom of your order deck, and then put this unit's order card in reserve. Now, as per a new FAQ, not FAQ, an update to the core rulebook, you can only reserve one card per turn. So the way this works at the moment, according to the rules forum moderator, is that I can proceed with this reaction. It's free, and I can choose to put Nossery on the top or bottom of my deck, but then the Aquadroids do not go into reserve and they must be played. I know that you know this. I'm mainly explaining it for the viewers. So what I'm going to do is I do value having the empty reserve slot. So I'm going to use their ability to place Nossery on the bottom of my deck. So we both know he's there. And then I'm going to proceed with their Aquadroid's turn, okay?
Okie dokie.
So, I don't think... I have to say, I'm in a position where I have very little practice on this map. And the tempo of only having 1 point on the midline is very, very foreign to me. But I think I'm going to make a play for the point that's under this wounded ISF. So I'm going to start life with a move action. And then I'm spending a force for whatever it's called. Calculated advance, which is a dash and a focus into the bargain. And I'm just going to have to hope that by the cheating power of enormous bases... Oh, why are you going over there? That is not where I want you. Ah! One moment.
It is the pillars that are causing you grief.
Turn off auto raise. There we go. To here. Now, is that contesting that objective? Signs point to no.
I'm going to move the ISF because I think that's the...
Certainly not.
We can say no without me having to move the ISF.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to commit to the bit now. So I'm going to dash this one as well. I'm feeling that I've gloriously misplayed these. So we'll see where we go. This is just inexperience with this mission. And then I'm going to try and look for something to shoot. And I'm probably going to be shit out of luck. Yeah. I cannot see that miniature. Or can I? No, I can. But I think he's just out of range. So... I think where I land with this load of rubbish is I'm going to shoot that wounded ISF. Yeah, I can't see him, so for all he's in range, that's pointless. Yeah, I'm going to shoot the... Well, or is it a melee?
If it were a melee, you'd already be contesting the objective.
Yeah. I'm going to shoot the wounded ISF because I have a shove on 2, so...
Okie dokie.
I have a focus, so it's 8 dice.
I have 3 blocks.
3 blocks, okay. I have 2 hits, a crit, and 4 expertise. 4 expertise on the laser cannon is a crit and a hit. So 2 crits. So yes, that is 3 damage and a shove. So I will resolve now the shove. Obviously the damage is utterly pointless against a wounded character. Well, I'll shove you back. And I'll shove my, frankly, enormous base. Come along, tool, right? Like come along. You know what I want to do. It doesn't. Turn auto raise off. And it has charged into midair for reasons.
It's the
There we go, that will do.
pillars that are causing you grief.
Right.
You are in.
Yeah. Now, does this other droid... Yeah, he's also going to just spam at the wounded ISF. Man, this is slightly depressing, but it is doing the job, so...
You're going to end this turn in control of 4 or 5 points.
Yes.
A very good place to be.
Yes, that's true. A good
4
roll.
blocks.
4 blocks, you say. I have 2 crits, 3 hits, and an expertise. My single expertise is a hit. So once again, I get 3 damage and a single shove. So once again, I will resolve the single shove to shove you further out of position and shove me further into position. That being my want in life. Not that I think 1 shove will actually get this droid. Anyway, that is not in base contact with... What are you doing? Hover over the robot. I press the 1 button and the tool just goes, now I'm going over there. Come on. Auto raise is already off.
Would you like me to delete these pillars?
I don't know the best way to do this because I cannot maneuver the tool. There we go. There we go. Somehow I snuck up on it. Oh, and now I need to turn auto raise off on the miniature. There we go. There we go. Fine. Net result, I take that objective, but I only have the 1 droid actually on it. The other one is simply bringing up the rear. But I do indeed score 4, which is pretty sweet. 1, 2, 3, 4. Over to you, Oro.
Right. Terribly well. And I'm going to talk through some of my thinking at this point. I can activate Darth Vader. He can definitely go over there. He can almost certainly kill the Aqua droids, and if he doesn't, he can almost certainly knock that 1 Aqua droid back. And take back that point for a force, which would still leave me scoring only 2 fills 3, which is not a great place to be if I want to try to win Struggle 1. Or I can go for what's in the box, which will be either Iden, or the Death Trooper Escort, or the ISB, or the Shatterpoint. The ISB have 2 bodies, but I think the only point they could reasonably take is this one, though obviously uh, they could take it as an absolute sure thing by bodying it. The DTE could potentially maybe book it to the point you've left mostly unattended over here. But if he was going to book it, he'd be using his Imperial efficiency on himself, which would mean I wouldn't be affecting two separate points at once. Iden could. Iden could shoot the aquadroids, but we'd still need to get a body onto that point to take it. She could come up here and shoot the Magna Guard, and she'd take that point would be taken if I kill the Magna Guard. I don't see any opportunities for a 2-point swing, and a 2-point swing is what I think I currently need. But if there's nothing to be done, I may as well take Darth Vader Jedi Hunter out of reserve, because even when I'm losing, I enjoy carving people up with Darth Vader.
Yeah.
Vader is going to use Vader's Fury and moves, and then he takes a regular move action to move again. He won't take quite the... Oh. We managed to get quite a long way before remembering we hadn't turned off deployment.
Right, yeah.
He'll won't take the full move and will land just perfectly on that space. And then he is going to do himself 2 damage and attack the aquadroids with 10 dice and 2 bonus damage. Ooh. That's 5 crits and 4 hits.
I have a single block and a extremely pointless crit to a normal.
I don't think there's anything hilarious in Vader's tree that lets me sort of affect a second point. He does just walk up and slash things. I can get a dash out of this, but I'm very happy with where I am. I'm on the point I want. So how many hit points do you have?
I have 8 with protection, so you need to get 9 from whatever path you choose.
Okay, I'm going to do you 10 damage and strain you.
Very good, sir.
There's a shove, but I will decline to take it.
Okay, don't forget your momentum.
Yes, indeed. A momentum for that. This point returns to the dark side, although we are in fact both the dark side. And I am scoring 2. Oh, sorry, no, before I score, I will flip Vader's stance card in his more defensive form.
Yep.
And then I will score 2, gain a further momentum for failing to bring it back to my side.
Yep.
And it's over to you.
Right. So, as it stands, I'm on 3. So if I do one thing, I've won the struggle, but I do need to do the thing. Very good, I understand. Let's see what I get. Apart from an inability to pick up one struggle card. Asajj Ventress. Very good. Right. Okay. It's gonna be that, isn't it? Yeah, thank you, movement tool, for being strange. What is the best way of getting over there? Hmm. Intriguing. Just scoping out the ladders and things. Um. mm, mm.
Determining how many jumps it takes to get to Vader.
Yeah, I've got to move and up to 2 jumps, and I don't know if I just do it along the flat, a move and 2 jumps will get me in. As it goes. Which is quite frustrating. Oh, sorry, Nossery. Um,
I know you commented on the oddness of having a high ground in your deployment zone, but it's very fitting that Nossery is just up there lurking like a coward.
yeah. I'm going to go for it, I think. Don't know if this is going to be a whole pile of force spent to achieve nothing. But we'll see. It's a shame there are no ladders down from this top thing down to the other thing. But we will see. I'm going to move to here. And I'm going to spend a force for a force jump. Uh, uh, think it's going to leave me short, isn't it? Mm-mm-mm.
Whether you want to gamble 2 force to find out.
Well, I can gamble 1 force to jump, and then I can place the tool as much as I like for paying the second force. I will spend a force to jump up here.
Right.
And then I will wobble this tool around and decide my life choices.
You are entitled to also have this tool.
Yeah, it's whether I think I can actually get back down onto the flat.
Oh, let's be collaborative. If you're willing to spend the force to force jump, and then force push Vader, you don't need to come down onto the flat. You could land up here onto this gantry and
Oh,
control that point from the wrong elevation.
yes, it's very much my backup plan, and why I'm willing to entertain this is to just be on the top here and force push you and not get to make an attack action. I'm very aware that's an option.
Okay.
Let me see. That is probably what's going to happen. It will be a lot of force. Force push has a range of 3. Yeah, I can jump to be on this inactive central point and then force push Vader, except that will force push you. Let me just read this. Away. It doesn't have to be directly away, so it doesn't have to be into those rocks. Yeah. Now I'm going to spend another force to be here,
Okay.
and then another 2 force to force push Vader.
Okay.
That's not going to do the job, is it? Or is it? I need to actually be testing the thing.
I think you won't be contesting it. Yeah, you won't be contesting.
didn't consider that, you know.
Yeah. Do you still want to spend the force to force push me?
Yes,
Okay.
I do. Because I haven't totally cocked this up. Goodbye. Ah! And now I'm going
I'm
to...
not sure the space that you want to fill exists without overlapping an aqua droid. I'm really sorry.
Well, hunkering is my only option anyway at this point. Right. For a way to use my final...
Yes. Let me take mine, which has auto raise on.
Yeah.
There are points up here where
Yeah.
you could be
So
contesting it.
that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to hunker straight up on this surface to here.
Okay.
And take that. Yeah. And also
it costs you 4/4.
And gain a hunker token.
Yes, it costs you 4/4, but you have taken the struggle without having to roll any dice.
Yeah.
Something. I hope you don't mind me saying. I think this will either be play of the game or blunder of the game, and we're going to find out later.
Yeah. So that's the struggle.
Yep.
Right. Reset that. No one's got any town blowing to do, so.
No town blowing this time. Okay.
I want to flip your struggle 2.
I shall flip my struggle 2.
Oh, Asajj, not the middle. Got it.
Okay. Left side or right side? I am going to go for left side because you have a lot of stuff on your right side that hasn't activated yet.
It's true.
And I would like those things to be out of position and far from relevant.
It's true. So currently, I have the expertise point and the other 2 are unclaimed. That's where we are, isn't it?
That is where we are.
Okay.
Okay. And sorry.
What's going on
ahead.
here? What cheating is this? Do you want to roll the priority point first?
Yeah. Okay, it is the one currently in your control.
Well.
So let's see what I get from the top of my deck. Shatterpoint. Really the moment I need it, actually, frankly.
Really? Fair enough.
And I think so. At the opening of Struggle 2, when I really need to get as many points as possible.
Yeah.
I think it's a good point to get a Shatterpoint.
It interests me because, you know, you could take this point trivially because I'm on the wrong level. So any fool could take that point.
Yes. Let's see if I can take 4 points. Okay. No, I don't think I can.
I know what I'd be doing.
Before I decide who I'm going to activate, I'm going to waggle around a dash tool and try and eyeball whether a dash from Death Trooper Escort is sufficient to get that ISB agent contesting that point. I don't think it is.
I know who I'd be activating.
Right. It's great if the ISB had somehow acquired a wound, because then I could reposition them both, and they're each about a reposition for a point. But that's not the state of play, so okay. So DTE You can get a point, but you can't get 2, I don't think. Iden Versio can absolutely get a point, but I don't think she can get 2. Husky isn't in range to be moved by her. I could always activate Darth Vader, which is fun and amusing, and I always have fun activating him. You could kill Asajj Ventress, which is always good to wound Ventress. ISBs, if activated solely, could get 2 points. That's 2 points. That would be 3 score for me, which would be a very good start to the struggle. I think that is the strongest move of the ones available to me. I commit to activating my ISB. Tell me, Phil, who would you have activated?
I would have gone ISF just because they can also take 2, but I'm a big believer in waking things to fuck up so you've got more pieces on the board.
Right there. Okay, ISB are... They'll take damage to focus, and they each dash. I spend a 4 for that. Okay. I don't think this one who's going off to claim this point will ever be in range of anything. So I will take the move next for both of them. Won't take quite the full move for this one, so he's well a point. So maybe he can shoot the back of that Aquadroid. The Aquadroids are wounded, but maybe it'd be fun to put some conditions on them. Yeah, I will do the irrelevant shooting first. So into the back of the Aquadroids from the less relevant of the 2 ISB agents. I have 5 hits, 2 crits.
That comes out as three blocks and a crit to a normal.
Okay, the crit to the normal is redundant, but I'm going 2 down my tree.
Always
2 damage, which you... Pardon?
I just said always is when you said it's a crit to a normal.
2 damage, which you ignore, but a pin, which you don't.
Yeah. I will take my pin.
And now the more relevant shooting, I'm going to shoot Asajj Ventress.
Very good. She is hunkered on terrain. But rolled 3 misses and 4 expertise, so yeah.
I have 4 hits and a crit.
Right. 4 expertise is 2 blocks, a crit to a normal, and a normal to a miss, which is a very strange symbol.
That matters if you have riposte, and it's melee.
Yes, which I do.
But it isn't.
Yes.
So you have 2 blocks and a hit to a miss.
Yeah.
Which is 3 blocks effectively.
Yeah. And what do you have?
And then I have 4 hits and a crit. I think I'm going 2 down my tree.
Yeah, agree.
2 damage and a pin.
2 damage and a pin. Very well.
I take control of 2 of these points. And I score 3 on the momentum track.
You do.
I don't know why that has become lodged in his head. And 3 over here. And your turn, sir.
Right. Let's see who we get. Django. And what is the priority point? The circular one. Well. Well. Uh, 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 uh. I have 3 cards left. I know that the bottom card is Dooku. It is Notta. So the remaining cards are Shatterpoint and Dooku. I think either Shatterpoint or Dooku has going to have more effect on the game than Django right now. So even though I'm really low on force, I'm going to pay to reserve Django Fett, which may prove to be an error. Why can't I pick up 1 card today? Count Dooku. Right. Okay. So Count Dooku has his leader of the Separatist army. So he gets to dash a Separatist within 3 and then himself. So Django is going to dash this ingress point. And I'm very keen to learn a bit more in it. Wish you could snap the tool to the ladder. A bit less in it. Come along. No. Right. Okay. Answer. A question answered. And then we've got Mr. the Count Dooku. What have we got on here? A single ISB agent. Are we really looking at only scoring 1? Slightly tragical. Might be the case. Anyway, Dooku gets his dash. Dooku. And then we're going to do a full move. Slightly differently to make sure that we're actually in range of this objective. Yeah. Having done our full move, we do get to interfere with a Magna Guard. So the Magna Guard's going to perform the move action in the direction of Count Dooku. He is in combat. So he's just going to head this way. And then it feels like it's Force Lightning time, I guess. Yeah. What do I want in life? When it comes to my stance card. Who is within 2 of Dooku? Nobody. So the 2 heals on that side of the card are not particularly worthwhile.
Excuse me, I'm just going to mute myself to cut.
Yeah, no worries. But just looking at the reverse of the thing. But it is 2 extra dice. Yeah, Dooku's going to force lightning this ISB agent. He's going to help himself to an extra dice because you're within 5 of an Aquadroid. So I'm going to have a 9 dice force lightning into that ISB agent.
Righto.
Those are defense dice, Phil.
Two blocks.
Right. So I have 3 hits, a crit, and 4 expertise. So 4 expertise is 2 crits and a damage. So I'm going 3-4 down my tree with a floating damage. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I could do what comes out at 6 damage and a pin and a repo. And would the repo put me in anywhere useful to put 2 heals? Maybe. Or I could do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Still 6 damage. I'll do a pile of conditions. I'll do 6 damage, a expose, a disarm, and a strain.
Right.
And then I will flip my stance card before I end my turn because I do not like being on that side of my stance card. And I will claim...
You all but kill me. I am 7 damage out of my 8 and 3 of the 4 possible conditions.
Yes. I will claim this objective from the wrong side of the thing. I will score a single cube and a pity cube in the momentum stakes. And you can have the turn, Mr. Oro.
Righto. Let's see what I get off top of the... Oh, sorry. First, should roll priority. It is the one that I have just barely kept by the skin of my teeth. Okay, let's see what I get from the top of deck. It is the Death Trooper Escort. I think I'm going to go with him. And unusually, I'm going to use Imperial Efficiency on myself. Just dashing myself up that ladder. And then I'm going to take a... Yes, I'll do it this order. I will take an advance. I'll then spend one of my 2 remaining force on a dash and a focus. Go down, please. Where I like you guys. I don't know why the thing is fighting me so hard today. There we go. And placed. I'm within range of the objective, and I'm on the right level. And I have a remaining action, and I'm focused, so I'm going... I'm going to shoot Django Fett because he's in reserve.
Yeah.
And I'd like to give him a bad activation, if I possibly can.
Four blocks.
6 hits and a crit, so I'm going 3 down my tree. And I'm going to do you 4 damage, expose you, and strain you.
4 damage, expose me, and strain me. Very good.
It's not going to cause you terrible problems because you can tank those 3 damage and still be alive, but it's something. And I will also flip this objective and score the board.
Yep, you will.
And over to you.
I will roll priority. circle. Right, okay. Okay. I am in a position where I know where all of my cards are, so this is Jango Fett, and then this is Shatterpoint on top here with Nossery on the bottom. So I'm gonna draw my Shatterpoint. I hope, unless I've one card, damn it. Yeah, there we go. And I'm gonna Shatterpoint the Aquadroids, I think.
Yep, that makes absolute sense to me. I see a very smooth path to the Aquadroids claiming you 3 of the 4 available points.
I'm gonna clear the strain on activation, and then I'm going to declare a move action. This Aquadroid, who is currently in melee with this ISB agent, is going to attempt to move, fail, and clear the pin. This other Aquadroid is going to move over here. Oh,
Yep.
Not quite, because that's slightly overlapping your base. And my cron back. And then this Aquadroid on the right flank here is going to punch this ISB agent with his fists. For 6 fists.
I shall resist with 5 armor. I have 4 block.
Interesting. I have 2 hits, 3 expertise, but that comes out at 3 hits and a crit. So my crit goes through, dealing you 2 damage.
You wound me.
And challenging the odds is supports. So I can't quite remember. Do I spend a force to gain an extra momentum, or spend a force to pull the cube an extra square towards me?
You spend a force and you pull the cube.
Cool. So I'm going to gain my momentum. And do I spend it now or at the end of the turn?
That I'm not entirely sure on.
Can we get a copy of the... I think there is one lurking under here somewhere. Yes, but not grabbable.
Right. You know what? There is one physically in my box that I can see. I'm just going to go physically grab it.
Yeah.
Never tell me the odds. Once during your turn, when a character in an allied unit that is challenging the odds wounds an enemy unit, you may spend a force to move the struggle token 1 space towards your momentum token.
Okay. So
the decision must be taken now.
I'm going to spend my last force to pull the struggle token 1 space towards my momentum token. And then I'm going to have a little think about this Aquadroid, who has a gun. If I shoot Darth Vader, does he do bad stuff?
This Darth Vader does not do bad stuff to people who shoot him at range. Hitting him in combat can be extremely unwise.
Right. Well, I'll just have a cheeky, pointless pot shot into the Vader then. 7 dice on ranged.
6 defense dice.
3 crits. Wow. I'm on 3 crits, 2 hits.
I am on 5 blocks.
So my choices are 4 damage, a shove and a dash, or 3 damage and 2 shoves. I don't particularly want the dash, but I think I do kind of want, because I could shove him twice and he'd be more turbo irrelevant. No, I'll go for the damage route, so I will have 4 damage, a single shove, and a dash. I will resolve the shove just to make life slightly more difficult for you in the future. Go and scowl at Iden, threaten to kill her. That's the usual Empire leadership style when you're fucking up.
No, yeah.
And I will follow up my shove, which should just take me into base to base with this minion over here. And then I won't bother with my dash because what would I honestly do with it?
Okie dokie.
And then I will claim both of these points. Claiming that one is, yeah. There you go. And I will score a further 3. 1, 2, 3, and a pity cube. And that was a big fight back turn there.
Yeah, it was.
Okay, forceless now, but over to you.
I have 1 force and 2 cards. These cards are Iden Versio and the ISB Angels. Let's see which of them I get. If I want, I can reserve it and have the other. It's Iden Versio. Sorry, I should see what the priority is. It remains that one over there. Okay. Iden Versio, firstly, I measure 4 from her, and all Empire scouts in that radius get to dash, and then she gets to dash. So it's just this dead ISF, and he's going to dash this way. Then Iden herself gets to dash. Right. How good is the expertise on the aquadroids? Am I better off being focused or stripping their expertise from them?
1 to 2 is a block and a crit to a normal. 3 plus is 2 blocks and a crit to a normal.
I think on balance, I would rather use my last 4 on covert operations. Move to here. Check if I'm in melee. I'm not. And I'm going to shoot the aquadroids with 9 dice. That is 7 plus 1 for sharpshooter, which I got for the covert operations in to within 4 of you, plus 1 for foe.
Yep. Well, had you exposed me, I would have had nothing because I rolled a miss and 3 expertise. But as it is, I have 2 blocks and a crit to a normal.
Right. I have a hit, 4 crits, and a block to a miss.
Right. So I block your hit, essentially.
You block my hit, and then you turn one of my crits to a normal, but I still go down 4.
Yeah.
Right. You have protection and 8 hit points and are unharmed. Is that right?
Yeah. 9 for the wound. Yeah.
9 for the wound. I think I'm just missing the wound. Yeah, I'm just missing the wound, regardless of what I do. So it's definitely time to pivot. in terms of my plans. Oh. Oh, I really was very much counting on getting this wound. Blast.
Yeah. I don't think that single shove that you can get is going to help much.
No. Okay, I will do you 7 damage and pin you twice, which turns into 8 damage and a pin, which isn't quite enough to kill you.
Yep. Okay. Saved by protection.
Indeed. I am left with an action. Moving to either of these points isn't going to take them. Nevertheless, I'm going to move to here, engaging the Aqua Droid in melee, and I score just the 1. Bad turn.
Right. Okay. You get a pity. Oh, you don't, because it's on your side, isn't it? Right. Okay. What's the priority point? That one. Okay. So, rock and a hard place time. I'm gonna have a slightly duff activation. I think I've either got Django, who's gonna either have to heal or take 3 damage, or I've got Nossa, who just kind of fine.
Oh yeah, and you. Sorry, I was thinking Django was the obvious choice, but a forceless Django activation is actually not great.
No. He. Yeah. Yeah. Uh. Yeah. Okay. It's not ideal. But I would. 2, 3. Okay, we're gonna go Nossary, I think. So that's this bottom card. Nossa is gonna use his yeah. Nossa's gonna use his scatter ability, which allows him to dash a Sep or Scoundrel, or if they have damage on them, reposition them, to reposition Django Fett, which will cause Django to take a pile of damage. So, move strain, take 3 damage. And then Nossary is going to activate his actual move action. Why are you plummeting to the floor? Come on. Now you're hilariously on the ceiling, but whatever. That will do. So that is now mine. I guess Nossary will shoot the Death Trooper escort after I have a quick check of what that means for the Death Trooper escort. He's got nothing good there. Nothing. Yeah, I'm just going to
But
shoot.
do not have the force to use discipline, which is a
Yeah.
real shame, because if I had the force to use discipline, I'd discipline back and take the priority objective, and it would be very fun.
Yeah.
But I don't have the force to use discipline,
Right.
so.
Yeah, I'll do a A Nossari attack. Are you within 5 of an aqua droid?
Almost certainly.
Yeah, so I'll get a bonus dice on that attack. So that'll be a 7 dice ranged attack. Uh, 4 hits and a crit. Hello? Hello? I can see your cursor moving, I think.
Hello, I'm sorry, I was coughing.
Oh, sorry, yeah.
I have 3 blocks.
3 blocks, so I get to go 2 down my tree. I guess. Am I not quite within 2 of Django for a heal? I guess we'll go for 2 damage, a disarm, and a... Oh, a shove's not really going to help me because of these pillars. I'll just shove you straight back. 2 damage, a disarm, and a shove.
Down to 1 because of protection.
Yeah, well, I didn't really expect Nossari's shot to do very much. Dare say it wasn't the point. Oh, this is being tedious. I'll just shove you there. It's fine. I will shove myself. Will I shove myself? Yeah, I'll shove myself up a little bit. There we go. And I take this. And I scored a board. 1, 2, 3, 4. And it's over on my side. Look at that. Over to you, sir.
Right then. This is the ISB agents. They unwound, remove all their damage, and one condition. The condition I'm removing is disarmed. I'm then going to focus, which pops their strain, and the one the one over here is going to attack the aqua.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, sorry. First, I should roll for priority.
Yeah.
It remains the expertise. The one over here is going to... The one on the screen, my left, your right, is going to attack the asteroid. Two crits, 3 hits.
3 blocks and a crit to a normal, so you get your 2 crits.
2 down my 3.
Yeah.
Take 2 damage and a pin, which I believe becomes 3 damage and then becomes 2 damage from protection.
Yes. I die.
Cool. I get 2. Firstly, I check if there are any separatists within 4 of you, because if there are, I can give out a condition to them. I doubt not. That's fine. Then the guy who just killed you gets to heal. He will heal off his exposed. And to dash, which he's going to choose not to resolve because he's on point. My second attack.
Yep.
This ISB agent down here is focused and is going to shoot Asajj Ventress. 1 fewer dice than before because I don't have impact on my side this time.
All right. I'm still hunkered on a point. On
Still hunkered on the
terrain.
point?
Hunkered on terrain.
Yep. 4 hits and a crit.
One block and a 3 expertise. So that's 3 blocks and a crit down to a normal.
So I'm going 2 down my tree again. And once more, I will do her 2 damage a pin, which I believe comes out to 3 damage.
Yes.
Okay, I now take control of the block point and the expertise point.
Yep.
And I score 3.
Did you give yourself the momentum for wounding the aquas?
I did give myself momentum for wounding the aquas. It's part of my sort of, I've done the thing, now I do all the Iden things, and I give myself the momentum.
Okay. Well, I'm going to roll priority. It's circle. And I'm going to have a horseless Django turn. Truly. Truly. It is not good. So I could focus to jump away and then have a focused shot. But let me see. Yeah. I don't think Django's going to accomplish very much. So we're going to try. He's going to focus, which lets him use his ability. It definitely has a name. My client is getting impatient. He gets to jump when he focuses. And then I'm going to make what turns out to be a focused shooting attack into that ISB agent. I'm going to get... Is that within 5 of Nossery?
I think the easier way to check range is to measure from the ISB agent. And I think you're barely out, but maybe you're barely in.
That's dumb.
No. You must be barely in, because if you look at the two, I was going to say, if you look at the 2 fives stacked on top of each other,
Yeah. If you want to give it to
slightly
me,
closer to Nos than yours.
I'll take it. So I get 2 bonus dice because I'm within 5 of 2 aqua units. So that's an 8 dice shooting attack into the ISB.
Blocks.
Sorry, how many blocks?
2.
2. So I have 2 hits, a crit, and 2 expertise. So you block my 2 native hits. My 2 expertise is 2 crits, so I have 3 crits. So I go 3 down my tree. So I can kill you. You please learn, because you only need 5 health to die.
Yes, you can kill me, or you can have a free use of your active ability.
Yes, that's essentially that. But my free use of my active ability doesn't really help me, because either way, I can push one of you off the point, and I can kill one of you, but then there's still going to be one of you on the point, right? So I will choose to kill the ISBs. I will do 5 damage, a strain, and I get a jump. A jump. And I will jump. Do I want to jump back? I'll jump forwards. I'll jump onto this point. There we go. Is that on the point? Yeah, the point's under the ISB.
Yep.
And then I will score 3, no, 2, 1. I'll score 1.
Yep.
And a momentum for wounding the ISB. So I get 1. Yeah. A momentum for wounding the ISB and a pity cube.
Righto.
Not bad, not great, not bad.
Yep.
It will do.
Rolling priority, and it is that point that Jango Fett has just failed to take. And I flip from the top of my deck with a fresh hand of force, and I get Darth Vader. Okay, Vader can walk over there and kill Fett, but
Yeah.
so could anyone.
Yes.
Vader could, I think, probably contest that objective from the wrong level. And then does he want to...
I will just say, Nosseri is now safely ensconced back in the deck and cannot be shot. In case thrown lightsaber was...
That decides it for me. Into reserve, the Dark Lord of the Sith goes. Next from the top of the deck, it is the ISBs, who are going to be activating and having their final turn. Okay, this one can safely abandon that point because the Aquas are dead. That one can safely abandon that point because it's held by Iden Versio.
Indeed.
Thing is, they kind of need some kind of climb. Because they want to menace Nosseri. Or do I accept that I'm not taking that point and it's fine to score 3 and maybe do a wound? I cannot kill. I don't think I can get up to the right level with the ISB. So I don't think I'm taking that remaining point. Given that I don't think I'm taking that remaining point, obvious things to do are to attempt to wound Jango Fett. Which would provoke some Dooku revenge. But the Aquas who are in a relevant position are wounded, and the Magmas who are lively are not in a relevant position. They could, of course, all do attacks. Could that Magna dash onto that point? I think maybe he could. Worth bearing in mind. Though it wouldn't take it, but it would take it next turn.
It wouldn't take it because you'd have killed Jango Fett.
That's true. That's true. I have no choice but to go with them. I shouldn't feel bad about dashing off points because it's not like I'm going to be around to claim those anyway. Okay. Going to take a move action. The one in melee with Django Fett. He's going to dash.
Okie dokie.
Actually, no, he may as well use a full dash. The point will stay ours. The other one gets to do a full move because he's not engaged, or he's engaged only by a wounded thing.
Yep.
Okay. That one is not able to shoot Django Fett, but he is able to shoot Asajj Ventress. So he will do so with 6 dice. I'm aware that she's still hunkered and in cover.
She rolls 4 misses, though, so that is going to be 3 blocks and a pointless crit to a normal.
Okay. 2 down the tree, take 2 damage and another pin.
So 3 damage. Alive on 1.
Righto. And the other ISB is going to swing into Django Fett.
Right.
2 hits, 2 crits.
Just 2 blocks because I'm exposed. I'm going to clear my exposed.
How does 2 damage and a pin suit the world's greatest bounty hunter?
That will wound me, exactly.
Fantastic. I shall take the momentum. Let me be very careful here. I get to give out a condition to one of your guys within 4 of the target. I'm going to choose to drain the Magna Guard.
Strain. Magnus. Right.
Drain the Magnas.
Very good.
I then get to dash and heal. I'm not convinced either of those does anything relevant, given that the ISB are about to come off the table. So I'm not going to choose to resolve those.
I do have a revenge waiting.
Yep, resolve your revenge.
I think I'm going to have a 5 dice melee from the Aqua Droid into Iden.
Oh, those are attack dice then. Iden doesn't defend with attack dice.
Well, I get good dice. I've got 4 hits and a crit. 4 hits and 2 crits.
3 blocks and a heal.
It's always a good feeling when you get more results than you rolled dice, but 1 expertise is 2 hits. So 3 blocks and a heal. So I go 3 down my tree, but you then get a heal. So yep. I will do 3 damage and 2 shoves.
Heal off one of the damages and then get those shoves. Right, at the end of this turn, I control this point because I have a guy on it. That guy then goes away.
Also, you would have controlled it anyway because all of the guys I have on the point are dead.
Yep.
Oh no, Asajj would now control it, I think,
Yeah,
technically.
Asajj would take it.
Yeah. Okay.
And I move the control marker to here.
Yep.
It becomes your turn.
My turn. Right, let's roll priority. And it stays there. Now, Asajj will take that point for me with nothing doing. So let's see who I top deck. Of course, it's Asajj, the one character where I was just like, I don't need to do anything with this character. Will I reserve Asajj Ventress? Think I will. Magnus. Oh, goody good. A strained Magnagard turn. How fortuitous. Right, well. They really are gonna do nothing of consequence, are they? What? Do I simply want to punch Gideon Hask in frustration? Or do I want to go elsewhere?
Yeah, if you punch Gideon Hask, you're only getting one punch. I assume your first action is a heal.
Yes, I'm going to perform the heal action, so I get to heal a strain and a damage. And then it's whether I want to move toward relevance or pointlessly punch Hask. It's possible for me to do 6 damage to Hask and kill him if I get 4 down my tree, but it's not likely, is it? Meanwhile, if I use a move action, it will get me a more secure body on this point. So I will do the move action. I think that is the sensible play. This Magna is going to move over to this point, which I didn't need to do to take the point, but I have now done. This Magna is going to get to do a dash. I will continue to be in melee with Gideon Hask, but I will simply be on this side of him, because then you can't freely move Gideon Hask, which suits me, I think.
Okay.
I will claim this point. No. Yes. And I will score 3 of the points. 1, 2, 3, and I'll add another momentum.
Okay.
Your go.
Rolling priority. It remains this extraordinarily contested.
Yes. Well.
Only Darth Vader could hurt more than one thing at once.
A common complaint for Darth Vader fans, I feel. If only Darth Vader could deal with 2 things. I feel your pain at wanting to both finish off the almost dead Asajj Ventress and the fairly dead Magnagard, yeah.
Yep. I will activate Vader.
Yeah.
Vader will use Vader's Fury. I will now check if I'm in range of the Magna Guard.
Very
I
much
am.
are.
And I will attack the Magna Guard. I will flip my stance first into... No, that's the wrong card. I shall flip my stance first into Dark Fury. I will take damage to make this really very thorough. This will probably be hilarious overkill, but I have been stung before by trying to half-arse it with Vader.
I've rolled attack dice, so let me just redo that.
6 hits and 2 crits is what is being dished out.
I block 3 hits.
Right. I'm going 5 down my tree.
You need 4 damage.
That will not be a problem.
No, I'm sure. I'm just helping him to ascertain what conditions you wish to find.
I will do you 10 damage, a strain, a push, and I'll have a dash.
Take your momentum, sir.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. I have wounded something. I have Iden in my list. So, we start by measuring from the dashed back Magna Guard. I am going to strain Asajj Ventress. Enjoy your reserved Asajj Ventress, who is on 1 health, strained and hit.
Very good.
Then Vader gets another dash, which she's not going to use, and a heal, which she is going to use. And then he has a remaining action, which he's also going to use to heal. Leaving him on half health, as he was at the start of the turn. And I have taken the priority point. I still have 1 other point. And I'm 1 off winning the struggle. And you don't get revenge because you don't get revenge for mooks.
Nobody cares about droids. Come on. Right. My go. Let's roll priority. Oh, the one I have. Okay. I think I will go with my reserved Asajj Ventress. So, first I'm going to perform the heal action and remove my strain. Then I'm going to spend a force for force jump to clear my pin. Then I'm going to spend a force for a second force jump and jump down to have a cinematic duel with Darth Vader. Because, you know, it's funny. And then I'm going to swing at Darth Vader with my second actual action. I just need to see how many aqua dice. I think this time Vader is just out.
I think so, yes.
So I get 1 bonus dice from the aqua droids. So I get to do a 9 dice Asajj attack.
Four blocks.
Okay. 5 hits and an expertise, which gets me a crit and a hit. So I get to go 3 down my tree. I deal 6 damage to Darth Vader. This kills Darth Vader.
It does.
When a character in this unit wounds an enemy unit, after the effect is resolved, refresh a force. So I'll do that. Then
I'm going Oh, sorry?
Then, if it wounded a primary or a secondary, it may reposition or jump. I think I'm fine where I am. You're about to do stuff, though, aren't you?
Oh, yes.
Do. You are going to kill me with your
Yes.
riposte, and there's nothing I can do about that.
And I could Death Lord Strikes Back. They are different triggers, even though they're happening at the same time. Either would cost me a force, but I'll go for riposte, which is the sure thing. You're dead.
Yes, so I won't bother jumping anywhere. I do get to refresh a second force.
You do? I add a momentum now for having killed you. I've won the struggle.
Yeah, sure, okay. That's fine. It's all fine. Good. On to struggle 3.
Yes. Mission critical is in 13 minutes. Okay, so you are picking, but then it's going into my turn.
What are we doing? We can have this point with nobody on, and this point which belongs to Gideon Hask, and this point with nobody on, or this point with nobody on, this point with...
It's the two on the extremes regardless,
nobody
and then it's
on.
either this point or this point.
And this point that is... So it's a Gideon Hask point regardless, isn't it? Yeah. So, let me think about where I've had Asajj and someone else. Magnus. It's quite rough. I think it's quite rough. I think I'll have the one with my back point.
Okay.
It's your go.
I can now roll for priority. It is indeed your back point that is the priority.
Right, good.
Flip. It is the ISF. Okay. They wake up. They clear all their damage, they clear a condition if they have it. Then they use their tactic, which would remove damage of the condition if they had any damage or conditions. Okay. Nosseri can't be shot, can he?
Nope.
So everyone you have is either immune to being shot, or wounded, or is Mr. the Count Dooku.
Hello, I'm Count Dooku, and nobody wishes to fuck with me.
The wisdom I'm aware of is shoot Count Dooku. He's weak to being shot and will slice you up if you go into him in melee. Is that correct information? Can you do horrible things to me if I shoot you?
I cannot do horrible things. I can still spend force to be less dead than you might like. But you may see that as an absolute win.
Yeah, I think I'm not inclined to spend 2 force on their turn to give them covert operations. But I think I am inclined to... Yeah, no. I will take a move action, first of all. That one gets to make a full move because the Magna who is engaging him is wounded.
Yes.
And then I think he's gotten himself into a place where I don't think he has clear line of sight to Count Dooku.
No, but he's taking a
one,
priority point, so...
He is taking a priority point, yes. This one is then going to climb. And get there. Where he can now see Count Dooku fine.
Yep.
The question is, do I want to spend 2 force to dash to be perfectly on this point, to be shooting Count Dooku twice and with 2 more dice per attack? I think at that, when I put it that way, I think yes, I do. So I will. So now, Count Dooku comes back into view for this one. I will just pop on the point because that's a more sensible place to be. And this one can dash. He's within range of this ladder, so what he's actually going to do is dash up the ladder.
Yep.
Here, and then flip back into real space.
Yep.
And yep. So they're both in range of Count Dooku, and is Count Dooku within 5 inches of Gideon Hask?
Nope.
No, not quite. Okay. So 8 dice with no dice fixing into Count Dooku twice. The first one. Okay, 4 hits, 3 crits.
I have 2 blocks, 2 crits to misses. And I will spend 2 force to remove your other 2 hits. So you go 1 down your tree.
1 crit.
Yeah.
Take 2 damage.
Okay. But now I can't spend force again.
Yes, ready to do it again, old man?
This time I have 2 blocks and a crit to miss.
Right, I have 1 hit and 5 crits.
Okay, so you go 4 down your tree.
I go 4 down my tree, which is 5 damage, a pin, and a reposition. Does Count Dooku live?
Yes, he's taken 7, he has 10.
Righto. Okay, and at the end of that turn, I take control of 2 of the 3 objectives, the remaining objective being uncontrolled, and I score 3.
Very good. I will roll priority for my turn. Circle that rear one, and I will see what is on the top of my deck of cards. Aquadroids would be having their... We're leaving the game after this turn. I do not wish for this thing, so I'll reserve the Aquadroids. Come on. Oh, for fuck's sake, right? They changed the rules, and it happens twice in one game.
I I'm not convinced that that change was made with due care and attention, and I do think that it has left you, who was not trying to exploit the rules and was just trying to play Nossery and the Aquadroids as they come out of the box, a bit sodded off. And I realised that it happened today, and you'd already planned your list. It is very annoying. I am sorry.
I am going to use my half ability to place the aquas on the base of my deck. Because I value knowing where they are, right? And then I'm going to play the game with Nossery, which does not desperately please me. So. I can move somebody with my tactic, but the only person that isn't dead is pinned. So, do I want to clear Dooku's pin, or shuffle a corpse, or dash myself? Odds of actually clearing the ISF off that objective with Nossery are low. I would need to get 4 down my tree to get the second shove. So maybe I go and score 1 by moving Nossa onto that unclaimed point. In which case, I think I do in fact wish to use my dash on myself.
Okay.
Sure. Right. I don't want to take a pointless shot into DTE because he can do things now that you have force. Is there anyone else here that wants to be the recipient of Nossery's pointless shoot attack? Not really. Not really. So I'm going to do a move. And I'm going to do a hunker.
Do you mind if I check whether you would have needed the hunker? You would have needed the hunker, so the shot would have absolutely spoiled things if you'd taken it.
It would. And that's Nossery's exciting turn. I claim this point. I don't forget to apply the hunker token to Nossery. I score 1 of these. And I get a piteous cube. And it is your turn.
Right now, rolling priority. It is one of the 2 that I already have. That's good. Flipping from the top, it is DTE, and I think no one is more qualified to take the remaining point than Mr. Defius T. Escort. You have obligingly put a single point of damage on him, so he's able to use Imperial Efficiency to reposition.
Very good.
Belt. He is going to spend 1 of my 2 remaining force to dash and focus. He needs to dash here. but that puts him in range. He does still have an action he hasn't taken.
Yep.
But before he takes his action, he's going to melee Nossery.
Only that is his action, yeah?
He has taken his tactic, he's done an active ability.
Okay.
He has 2 actions left. He's going to melee Nossery, and he will have an action left after. Oh, no, actually.
Yeah.
He'll heal his disarm, and then he will melee Nossery.
Okay.
I will take 2 further damage to add some Vader dice into the mix. So I'm at 7, plus 1 for focus, plus 3 for Vader dice is a total of 11. No, not disarmed. 6 misses is too many misses. I don't like that.
No, that's mean. Nossery has 3 blocks.
I have 4 hits and 2 crits, so I am going 3 down my tree.
Nossery only has 7 health in his squiddly body.
Yes, I can't do 7 on 3. I can do 7 on a full tree. I thought I might do 7 on a full tree, but I shan't be doing 7 on a full tree, and instead I'm going to take the shove route rather than the damage route. So you're disarmed, you're taking 3 damage, and then I'm shoving you twice. And then I will end my turn, take that point, score the ball.
Gosh.
Over to you.
Right. I will roll the priority. It is the expertise. Very well. I will draw my top deck card. Come on. No! One. There we go. Count Dooku. Of course. God forbid I wake up any of my wounded miniatures, Ben. Right.
To be fair, you had the option to wake up wounded miniatures, and you chose to bury them at the bottom of your deck.
Well, I didn't want to wake up those wounded miniatures that were on... My feeling is I wanted to leave them there for potential revenge attacks, because had you actually wounded Nossery, I was going to hilariously punch you with the aquadroids who may well have shoved you off the point.
Right up.
That was my plan, but you didn't actually do the wound. So, it is Dooku's turn. Who is within 3 of Dooku to receive the Dooku dash? Is it just this Magna Guard? Very well. Well, I will dash the Magna Guard in some kind of direction. Let's imagine it's back towards the active points. This clears the strain from the Magna Guard while wounded, which is a freebie. Dooku gets to dash, which clears his pin. And then I guess Dooku's going to see if he can kill Gideon Hatt. He probably can't. He might. Yeah. Oh, if he can get in range. Not a given. Yeah, that is going to be in range.
That's been.
Having moved Count Dooku, I can, of course, now move a wounded Magna Guard some more. And I'm going to choose to move this one out of the way a little bit. Let's put you over... Oh, no, it has to be towards. I can't do that. I can. That would be towards, wouldn't it? Put you over there. Right. And then I'm going to punch Hask.
I really feel that it's quite clear that what Count Dooku is going to do is not punching. Like, there are even Jedi who I could imagine, while the lightsabers are locked, might throw a punch. But Dooku is not one of those Jedi. I think you're going to slice Hask up like a Hask brisket.
And you're not in range of any moist men, so it's just 7 dice.
Could you refer to aquatic units by literally any other term, please? I have 5 blocks and a heal.
Well, I have 3 hits and an expertise, so fortunately a single expertise is 2 crits, so I do get to do stuff. So I get to go 2 down my tree. It's going to be 3 damage and a shove, I think.
Okie dokie.
Come on, calm down. Tool. Seriously.
Is auto raise currently on that tool? Because if it isn't, I think that might help.
Right. Has that clinched it for me or not? No, you're still on it. That's fine, I suppose.
When all is said and done, I heal off 1 of the damage.
Yeah, so you've taken a net of 2 whole damage. Good. Fine. I scored nothing, and I'm pitied. And then you win the game.
Yes. I'd like to try and see if I can do an additional wound.
Yeah.
For the purposes of wound tracking, I get Gideon Hask, who is in melee with Count Dooku.
I mean,
I actually think I may not choose to see if I can get an additional wound.
I feel like the sensible play is simply to pass.
Yes, I think I'm going to. I could lunge at Dooku with a combat knife, but I feel like if I do that, what you do is you somehow reverse things on me. I'll roll priority as well to establish which point is the priority point. It's that one over there. Having seen who I've drawn and what I can do, I shall pass with Gideon Hask's activation. I won't seek an additional wound. I end Gideon Hask's activation. I score 4 points and I win the game.
Yeah.
Good game.
It was a good game. It was close until it wasn't. Yeah, I mean, this list is not the list. Basically, I'm taking this list and I'm taking Cassian PLC, and what I'm learning inclusively by my testing is if the fellow on the other side of the table is Empire, you play Andor.
Yep. This list is not bad, and I think you got. Your list has been nerfed today, and the scenario where it's nerfed came up twice. And that second time, I think, might be what locked you again.
Yeah. It didn't help, did it?
I felt it helped me a lot that we were on Never Tell, and that you are not tremendously familiar with it, because there were a couple of times when you did not have an intuition of what moves could be made from different points. And I think that it being Never Tell helped me significantly in throwing you off your sort of game plan.
Yes, it's true. I play a lot of Sabotage. I play a fair bit of Shifting. I play a bit of Never Tell. I mean, I play absolutely no flipping whatever it's called, First Contact anymore, right? But yeah. Yes. Yes.
There were points in Struggle 2 where you could absolutely have ended up winning the game in 2 struggles.
I think so. I think so. I'm trying to decide how much of a blunder it was going with Asajj and killing Vader.
I think for someone, because this is the second time I think it's come up in games that we've had on Tabletop Simulator. I think the situation where you've won Struggle 1, if you allow the other person to win Struggle 2 in your turn, you don't have the usual advantage that the first player has going into Struggle 3. And I think that can be quite a hard road to hoe.
Oh no, what I should have done, it was definitely a blunder. Yes, what I could have done, what I should have done, if I wasn't trying to be cute, was jump down with Asajj and then force push Vader away.
Yep.
That was totally open to me as a move. I should simply have had the presence of mind to remember, which I didn't really forget. You know when you know a fact, but your brain doesn't slot it into your kind of full modus of thinking? Because my brain went, oh, Vader has riposte, I might die. But that's okay, because I think I'll probably kill Vader. And I just didn't look at the thing and go, but Ben will win if Asajj is wounded. Yes. Yeah, if I'd changed that decision, yeah, that's probably my weakest play of the game. If I'd changed that decision, I could well have won the whole game, in fact. I don't know if I would have won it there and then, but I would have stayed in it and continued to pressure you.
Yep, I agree. And when we went into Struggle 3, it would probably be going into Struggle 3 with you as the first player.
Yes. Yep. I'm learning things about Darth Vader's. Yeah. Yeah.
Did you spot a blunder on my part?
Not big ones. There are times when you didn't make the move that I would have made, but I'm not convinced the move I would have made was definitely better. Like, there was the point where you Shatterpointed the ISB and I would have done the ISF, and it would have been much the same benefit on that turn, and then you just would have had more units alive, which some people like, oh, I don't mind having this wounded unit because then it can't be wounded again and give out more momentum. But I often find just having the bodies up is valuable. There was one point where you did the classic, I'm going to do this and I'm going to spend a force for this, but then I'm not actually going to be in range thing right at the start, which, again...
Yep, I misjudged the range there.
Yeah.
I did know it was close either way. I gambled and lost. Maybe if I was better at range gauging, I'd have gotten it, but it wasn't like I was a million miles out.
Yeah. Can't think of any massive blunders on your part, though. I mean, you know, you did win.
I think the Iden play, Iden's only activation, in fact.
Yeah.
Obviously, part of it was dice, and the kill didn't quite come off. And it did set up an easy kill later. But maybe I should not have made a play that was so reliant on the dice coming off. Especially when, like, killing something that takes 9 to kill is a very high ask even for Iden or Vader.
Yeah.
So maybe that, because that turn whiffed and whiffed hard, and I think that whiff probably is what gave you the first struggle.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I think I'm probably going to say the Iden turn where she failed to kill the aqua droids for my blunder of the game. I think I am going to say your spending 4 force on Asajj turns out to be playable game for you. It was the right call in the end.
Yeah.
And if the next time it had come up, you had displaced Vader dexterously rather than trying to slice him up, you might have won.
Yeah. The thing with Asajj is, whenever I see somebody that has 6 health or less, I get kind of the red mist and go, oh, I can get a wound. Oh, I can get all my bennies for wounding a primary. Oh, I'd like 2 force, you know, and then and that's that, right? But yeah. It's very weird playing with these early tabletop simulator things where they're weird CGI renders for all of my dudes. There you go.
I'm just looking at an extreme close-up, and Darth Vader is taller than the Aquaman. And I can assure you that in the real models, that is not the case.
No. No, it's not. No. Right. I need to, before... Shall we... I am going to just... I did... How many wounds to you?
You did 4 wounds to me.
4. And you... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to me. Cool. Well, that's that. It's rare that I get to do this, Ben. It's going to be my privilege to flip the table over when I get to the button. There we go.
Oh dear. Terribly out of character to use fly into a rage like that, Phil.
Wonderful. Well, I hope you enjoyed the game, everybody. You know, another loss. I think is that the second time I've lost on one of these? Feels like
I
it.
think there was one that was very close, and I can't remember who won or lost. But you certainly don't lose often.
Yeah. All right, guys. Thanks for that. And if you spotted any hilarious misplays, please do let us know in the comments. And if you share my inarticulate rage about the stealth nerf to Nosserie and the Aqua Droids out of nowhere the day before I take them to an event, you know, please come and commiserate with me as well. All right, guys. That's all from me. Thanks, everybody. Any last words, Zorro?
Have a lovely evening.
Cheerio.